Hi, I'm Allison. I'm 43 years old and I live alone in the woods with my 2 dogs. This is week 15 of my weight loss journey. I'm glad you're here. It's Friday, day 98, and I'm still at the same weight as I was yesterday. So still a new low, no change, down 35.1 pounds. I started my day with coffee, which I haven't done in 98 days. I suppose I should say give or take, because there were a few days that I tried coffee, but it's been a really long time. Work is super busy this morning, and the dogs have been driving me nuts. So I locked them out. And then Mom made the kids go outside to play, because little dog just will not leave me alone. I'm really glad it's Friday. Yay! I am so irritated with myself because it is 12:30 and I forgot to put the meat in the crock pot. So now I'm going to go do that. Come join me. Okay, let's go ahead and wash the insert to the crock pot. I did decide to have coffee this morning with the almond milk, and all it did was keep me super hungry all morning long. And it also kept my blood sugar up, which I didn't love. So I don't know if coffee is actually going to be a part of my routine. I had already run this through the dishwasher, but it didn't get all the way clean. I think that'll do. I'm also trying to figure out how to reward myself. I'm almost to 40 pounds lost, and everything that I want feels like it's frivolous. So I really want this particular eyeshadow palette. I've wanted it for a while, but it's like $70. And I'd really like a new piece of clothing, but my body is changing quickly. And a new pair of shoes would be great, but I don't have a place to store it, that kind of stuff. So how do you guys reward yourself when you reach a milestone without feeling guilty? And how do you choose the reward? And what do you tell yourself to make it seem... Oh, actually, I need this out. What do you tell yourself to make it okay to spend the money and not make it feel frivolous, I guess? Okay, we're going to make some barbacoa beef together. So I have in front of me my food processor, which has served me well for years. It's a Ninja. It was like one of the gifts that made me feel like a grown-up when I got it. So these are little pucks of frozen fresh garlic. So I'm going to put, it says 5 cloves of garlic, but in my world, you can't have too much garlic. So I'm going to just put 2 of those pucks in there. Then this is chipotle in adobo. I had frozen from the last can that I opened. Then we need a tablespoon of ground oregano, a tablespoon of ground cumin, a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, okay, half an onion. Okay, so there goes the onion. Then I need some lime. Okay, what else? Plus some water, but I think that's all we need to whir up right now. I forgot there was frozen garlic in there. But it all worked out okay, nothing exploded. Now we're back over here at the sink because we need to rinse the beef. Actually, I already have these scissors beefified. That's not a word, beefified. Maybe it is. Take the beef, pour the beef on the baking sheet. It's time to prep the beef. We do that with salt and pepper. It's already very lean, so I don't really have to do any trimming. Now we're going to start the crock pot onto sear, pepper, Whoops, beef overboard. I like this particular crock pot because it does slow cook high, slow cook low. It sears, it sautés, it steams, it warms, it does white rice, whole grain, and it roasts. So I can do almost everything but air fry in this little baby. And sometimes it's great to be able, well, all the time when you're like gonna brown a meat or you're gonna slow cook a meat, to be able to brown it in the thing you're slow cooking it in so you don't have an extra dirty pan to wash with stuff stuck all over it. Okay, I would probably brown this for longer if I had more time, but I got to get back to work. So we're going to pour this into the crock pot. With all the delicious goodness. Okay. We're going to put the lid on it. And what time is it? Is it doggy dinner time? Okay, we're back in the kitchen because we got invited to a picnic this evening and I gotta make some dinner rolls real quick. We need 500 grams of flour. Then we need 15 grams of salt, 425 grams of warm water, 2 teaspoons of yeast. This is instant yeast. Okay, I realized I was using the instant yeast wrong, so I panicked real quick and forgot to film the last couple steps. But what we've done is we poured the water with the yeast into the mix and then stirred it up. So what should have happened is that the instant yeast should have gone in with the dry ingredients and then I was supposed to add the water to it. So I don't think I've really broken anything. In fact, I'm pretty certain I haven't. But that's what happened. And now we're going to use the scale to add 30 grams of olive oil. Okay, here's the dough after the olive oil got incorporated. And we're gonna let this rest for 15 minutes and then we're gonna do our first coil fold. We're gonna do 4 coil folds in a row, 15 minutes apart for over the course of an hour. And that will help strengthen the gluten in the dough and allow it to rise. And then it'll rest for another hour after that, untouched. This will make ciabatta rolls. Okay, it's time to do the first coil fold. So we're going to lift this up like this. We're going to try and get this to disconnect. There we go. And then we're going, oh, they said that might happen. So we're just going to do that. Wrap it over on itself, and then we're going to turn it a quarter of a turn. Then we're going to do and they said the next time. Okay, there we go. That it wouldn't break, and they are accurate. Okay, one more. Okay. Ooh, that's looking good. Set of folds number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third fold. Okay, time for the final set of folds. 2, 3, 4. And now this rests for an hour. Next, we are going to cover our clean counter. I just cleaned it with flour and turn this over and let it fall out on its own. Let me adjust you guys so you can see a little bit better. That's what we're dealing with here. Next, we're gonna cover the top with flour because this is a ciabatta, so it's okay if it's covered in flour. Okay, we want to cover these edges with flour. Whoop, that was not a good cut. Should have done that, shoot. Let's squish that back together a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna have to go down to 16s. Here's one pan after they've been shaped and risen, and the other one is in the oven right now. They're so beautiful, way prettier than I thought they'd be. Oh, look what I did. They look so incredible, and they taste so incredible too. I've had 2, and I could eat them all right now. Yeah, and now the cravings are really bad. I got home from the picnic and my beef is done. It's Saturday, day 99, and I'm up 1.1 pounds. I'm getting a super late start today, and I'm feeling kind of fried a little bit. Headed to a Mother's Day pop-up market in the town next to mine. And there will be plant starts and bakery goods and other vendors. So we're gonna go see what we can find and support local agriculture and try to knock the fog out of my brain. It's about 20 miles along the river to the next town, and the trip is absolutely beautiful. The roads are tree-lined, and sometimes the views open up to incredible mountainscapes. Just always remember to go the speed limit. We found our little pop-up. Let's go see what we've got. That was really quick, but I'm excited. I got some lettuce right here, and I got some, what are these called? Winter luxury pie pumpkins, and then I got some basil. I finally found some arugula. Yes, I finally found some arugula, and it's local. And then I got a homemade strawberry rhubarb pie. Yum! I made it home, and now I'm gonna use the arugula to make myself some tacos. I killed the entire pie. It was delicious. It was worth every bite. And I might do it again, but I won't because I care about myself too much to eat more than one pie in a day now. That didn't always used to be true. In any event, you have reached the end. If you've gotten here, go ahead and drop me an emoji in the comments that represents spring. I would have gotten more footage at the barbecue that I was at last night, but it got super chilly and I needed to get home. But I did get a little glimpse of the delicious food that I got to have with my neighbors. So I felt very grateful for that time with them. If you're on your own weight loss journey, remember, we've got this. Thanks and see you in a few days.